Pirate Poems, chosen by John Foster. Contents: I Wish I Was a Pirate, by Tony Bradman. Pirate Chief, by Eric Finney. Pirates, by Ian Lamont. Pirate Song, by Judith Nichols. The Smugglers, by John Foster. Snip the Sneak, by John Rice and John Foster. Wanted Smugglers, by John Rice. Smugglers, by John Foster. There Was an Old Pirate, by Wendy Lamont. I wish I was a pirate. I wish I was a pirate, with a long beard hanging down, a cutlass dangling from my belt, my teeth all black and brown, a parrot on my shoulder, a patch upon one eye, a pirate ship to sail on, a pirate flag to fly. The rolling waves would be my home. I'd live through many wrecks. I'd always have the best of maps, the ones marked with an X. Pirates don't have parents. They don't get sent to school. They never have to take a bath. For them there are no rules. Yo-ho-ho, me hearties! It's a pirate's life for me. Pistols in my pockets, salt pork for my tea. Tony Bradman. Pirate Chief. I'm Blackbeard, boss of this pirate crew. Now let's see about the rest of you. Sue, you can be One Eye, my trusty mate. And you're in charge of the portholes, Kate. And you'll do all the cooking, Sally, slaving away in the greasy galley. We'll all set sail from the port of Bristol. I'll have a cutlass and a pistol. You'll all have daggers, sharp and bright. And it's Spanish gold we're after, right? Zoe, you're just an ordinary pirate. You'll polish the cannon and maybe fire it. Nazreen and Lena, you'll swab decks. Think of islands, palm trees, treasure, wrecks. I just can't wait to put out to sea. That's all very well. What about me? I hadn't forgotten about you, Frank. I've got you down to walk the plank. Eric Finney. Pirates. The Jolly Roger's flying, and the wind is from the east, and we'll sail right down the garden, and we'll have a mighty feast. We'll eat our pirate picnic, and we'll drink our lemonade, and we'll pretend it's pirate rum, pinched in our latest raid. We'll chase the Spanish galleons, and we'll shoot them full of lead, and we'll bury chests of treasure underneath the flower bed. And then we'll hoist the mainsail in a fresh southwester breeze, and we should just get home again in time to have our teas. Ian Lamont. Pirate Song. Yo-ho-ho, we're off to sea. Hoist the skull and bones. The wild waves pull, the sails are full, the wind in the rigging moans. Silk and satin, silver, gold, fill up the cabins, fill up the hold. With a yo-ho-ho, the wild waves roll. Yo-ho-ho, we're off to sea, to search for silk and gold. The wild waves pull, the sails are full, the wind in the rigging cold. Silk and satin, silver, gold, fill up the cabins, fill up the hold. With a yo-ho-ho, the wild waves roll. Yo-ho-ho, we're off to sea, under the stars and moon. The wild waves pull, the sails are full, the wind will take us soon. Silk and satin, silver, gold, fill up the cabins, fill up the hold. With a yo-ho-ho, the wild waves roll. Yo-ho-ho, we're off to sea, racing under the cloud. The wild waves pull, the sails are full, the wind howls long and loud. Silk and satin, silver, gold, fill up the cabins, Fill up the hold! With a yo-ho-ho, the wild waves roll. Yo-ho-ho, we're off to sea, to sail in the wild wind's roar. The wild waves pull, the sails are full, may the wind blow us back to shore. Silk and satin, silver, gold, fill up the cabins, fill up the hold, with a yo-ho-ho, the wild waves roll. Judith Nichols, The Smugglers. Through the sea mist 2 small boats glide, slipping ashore on the evening tide. A man with a lantern flashes a light to warn those on shore, we're coming tonight. A messenger hurries from door to door, whispering softly, they're coming ashore. Down the cliff path 6 shadows glide to the foot of the cliff, where they crouch and hide. They watch and wait, not saying a word, until the sound of the oars is heard. Then quickly they hurry across the sand. The barrels are passed from hand to hand. They are stacked in the cave and hidden away, till it's safe to move them another day. Then, back to their beds, 6 shadows glide, while the boats slip away on the outgoing tide. John Foster. Snip the Sneak. I'm reading a book about smugglers and the exciting things they did, about the goods that they smuggled and the caves in which they hid. I think I'd be a good smuggler, for I could sneak in and out. I could sneak up and sneak down. I could creep and crawl about. I'm going to look in the papers, where they advertise each week. I'm going to become a smuggler. I'll be known as Snip the Sneak. John Rice and John Foster. Wanted. Smugglers. No experience necessary. Long trips abroad. No pets, except parrots. Excellent money to be made. Applicants must not be afraid of customs men or high waves. Apply on parchment to Jack, The Keg, Kingston, The Hawkhurst Gang, Near the Beach, Kent. Smugglers. This morning, while Mum was having a lie-in, because it's Saturday, my sister and I emptied our money boxes and went downtown to buy the scarf we know she'll like. When we got home, my sister went in first and kept her talking, while I smuggled the scarf upstairs and hid it in the shoebox under my bed. Tonight, we'll write the cards we smuggled in earlier in the week and wrap up the scarf. Then, in the morning, we'll give ourselves up, hand over the smuggled goods, and watch Mum's face as she opens her presents on Mother's Day. John Foster. There was an old pirate. There was an old pirate called Pete, who captured a whole fishing fleet. He said, "Don't be scared. All your lives will be spared. I only want something to eat." Wendy Larmont.